There's no really straightforward answer for that because I mean, I doubt that there's a bad camera in here, so they all make pretty good video. It depends what camera you're using though. So if you're gonna be shooting with like a Rebel or with like a Nikon D5200, a D5200 is probably better because it does not have an optical low pass filter, so you're gonna get better images and video out of that. So it just depends what camera it is. In addition to not having the optical low pass filter, you can shoot in different frame rates. So you can shoot at 60 frames per second, you can shoot at 24, 25, and 30. So you get different looks. You can get a cinematic look with a 24. So if you're trying to make a movie, that's what that would be for. It also has a microphone input jack. So if you need to connect a microphone to it, it does have a place where you can do that on the side right there. And an articulating screen. So that makes it easy to shoot video with. And then this is the Canon T5i. Also has an articulating screen, so very similar body to the D5200. This does have an optical low pass filter in it though, so just for that reason alone, this is going to be a much better camera for that. So you can do the same frame rates as you can on the Nikon, but still, you're going to get better video out of the Nikon. One thing that people don't take into account when doing a video is stabilization. So usually when you're doing a movie, or whether it's an amateur or a professional film, you need to stabilize the camera. So that's something that's difficult to do if you don't have experience doing it. So use a stabilizer, you have to calibrate it and all that stuff. It's difficult to do. This camera is the Olympus EM5. This has what's called 5-axis stabilization. So you can shoot video on this camera and it'll be like you have it on a stabilizer. I've actually shot with this at a concert while I'm at the crowd, and it's awesome. Like as you move it around, see I'm shaking the camera and it's still in there.
Oh wow.
It's awesome. Okay, so these are entry-level light kits. There's a couple of different types. Well, they're the same types, but they're different amounts of power. This guy is 750 watts. 750 watts, 3 lights, 250 watts each bulb. It comes with a basic light modifier, which is the umbrella. And if you need more power, we've got 1,000 watts down there. 2 500 watts equal 1,000. And this one is 1,500, 3 500 watt bulbs. Similar kits all come with umbrellas, stands, and reflectors. So that's pretty much everything you need to get started. Lighting is important for photography or for films, so there's tons of different types of lighting. There's tungsten, there's fluorescent, there's different light modifiers, like this is a soft box, this will give you softer light. And there's 8 fluorescent bulbs in here. Turn this one on. So that is fluorescent light. That's a double diffuse, so you get softer light. So let's see. 6 bulbs, I'm sorry, there's 6 bulbs in there.
Okay.
So the double diffusion gives you softer light, so it looks more natural.
So there's like a second diffuser
there's
thing.
a second screen in there, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just to make it look more natural. And it's in a soft box, just to constrain the light in a certain area more.
Okay.
This is an LED light. This is super bright, so it might blow out your picture. So this is LED light, super bright, white light. This is usually more expensive, and you can adjust the power on this.
Okay.
So it comes in handy as like a backlight for hair or something like that. Yeah, with this one, well, I mean, you can use it for pretty much any light. This is, I think this one's meant more for a strobe. So yeah, with this guy, if you don't want it directly in front of your subject, then you need to do it up top or from behind. It's adjustable, so it gets a little bit longer than this, but this is where your light goes. And then you can put it up. If you needed to put it up above them, I think it's as high as it goes, actually. There's some booms that go up higher. That's what they would be for. The bigger the light source and the closer to your subject, the less shadows you get and the more natural it looks. So if you have like a huge 7-foot box or whatever, or Octabox, it'll look more natural. So all of these are shotgun mics, so they're gonna pick up audio right in front of you, and they reject noise on the sides. So like I said, most of these are shotgun mics. This is a real small one. It's super small. This is from Sennheiser. This will give you similar video quality, audio quality to this. So again, this one's also Rode, also a shotgun mic, small, so you don't have a lot of weight with you. Plugs in directly to the camera. This works on most cameras. Not all of them have an input jack for it. So like the D5200 does have one, but if you go a step down to the D3300, you don't have a mic jack. This one's from Nikon. This one is phantom powered, so what that means is that this one will actually use up the battery in your camera. So you don't need to put a battery in. And then this one's from Rode. This should work on any current camera that does video, assuming you've upgraded your firmware. So that's for. Yeah. Well, that helps reduce noise, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that keeps it from like all of these have some type of tension. There's
Yeah,
a little.
like
this one isn't very good, but
Yeah,
the
the
rest of
camera's
them
on
have
there.
a loose.
And it's moving.
Yeah,
Just reduces shock so you don't get noise.
the shotgun mics are narrow to what's in front of you, so
Okay.
you're filtering out side noise.
Okay.
These are mono, but you notice it looks like a stereo jack. It's because it puts the mono in both left and right, so you get an even sound. The cheapies that have these that only have a mono only puts it on the left side. There's no right sound. Most of these have the stereo, so you'll get the mono in both sides. This one, of course, is going to have a left and right.
Okay.
The difference is if you're in a, like let's say you're doing a live interview at a fair or something, and there's a person there, and there's a person there, you can pick up them and get that left and right, they're at the fair sound. Versus this, you have to aim at each to keep them from being muffled out.
Okay.
Now, if you get something like this, lets you do a lot of things. This lets you use any type of microphone. So it's got XLR, it's got the mini jacks. Also has RCA, but not much use that anymore. And it's got the filters built in here. So even if you don't have it built into the microphone, like these, you can still have the filters here.
Okay.
And adjust the volume. And the advantage of having two inputs is you could have two mics, like a lavalier or two guys with different microphones, and input it and put it into your camera.
Okay.
That would come in handy, especially lavalier. So you could have two people each with their own lavalier, but you could have two receivers, and you can go in here and put it into one.
And where would you hold that? Where would you like keep it while you're
You
recording?
have the ability to add it to the bottom of the camera.
Okay.
So if you want to carry it with you, or you could have something like this and attach it. There's places on it where you can, there's different points where it's mountable. It's
Okay.
got little screw things everywhere. So you could do something like that.